is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Wednesday morning, Todd?
Wednesday morning? What the
Wednesday
hell?
morning. What the hell, man? It's early. What time is it in Canada? Eh?
It's like 10 to 7, eh?
10 minutes to 7. It's not even light out yet in Canada. It's still dark, right?
Yeah, this part of Canada it is, yep.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? How are we doing? Exciting day today. We'll see what is going on. We get to see some new hardware. Pretty sure we're going to see new hardware. Probably see something that is going to possibly compete with the Quest 2 from Pico. We don't know exactly what that'll be yet, but it's going to be something, Todd. And exciting morning, right?
Yeah, big time. Excited
Do you have
morning,
your
and
wallet at the ready?
Oh, I don't.
You better
Shit,
get
I
your
left it
wallet.
upstairs.
So did I. Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe.
No, that's definitely not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. We'll have to take a pause sometime during the beginnings of the press conference, and they have started their little
They
thing.
started it and then they stopped it and now it's off. So I think they've had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's not a good start, right?
That's not a good start. No.
Let's say good morning to our chat. Some amazing people that have gotten up early and are spending some of their early morning with us, Todd. Let's say hello to Chris 9989 was the first one in on YouTube. He said, let's hope Pico has a better representation or better presentation, excuse me, than HTC Vive tends to have. And that's exactly true. HTC have the worst shows and press conferences and things like that I've ever seen. They always crap the bed every time. I mean, even down to the Vive Flow, having meditation videos during the press conference that just wanted to put you to sleep. But yeah, I'm hoping Pico does better than that, and I am excited for more for Pico than I would be for anything from HTC. Felipe, signed, sealed, and delivered. Yours, Lieras. He says, really want some big news for sure. Also ready to watch Todd and Eric buy whatever there is live. We don't have our wallets on us right now. You better run, Todd. Go get your wallet right now while I'm talking, and then I'll run later. Ryan Brandon is here. He says, disappointed it's Pico. So that's a good question. We're going to get to that back in a minute, Ryan, and we'll talk about Pico and what Pico means, and trying to get away from meta, and what jumping into bed with Pico kind of means too. But we'll talk about that in a minute. That's an interesting point. Felipe says it may still not be, though all evidence points to them. Yeah, it's going to be Pico, dude. It's definitely going to be Pico. Thoughts on Facebook going to change when 40% of the 47% to the developers in the metaverse compared to Apple and Google does 30 on the phone store. Very possible. Let's see. That was quick. Tasselhoff is here. He says, woo! Oh, you got it. You got your wallet ready to roll. Tasselhoff is raring and ready to go. Felipe says, though if Pico does come out and they have environment that they can put pressure on meta, then I don't see that 40% is staying so high. Yeah, I agree. Ryan Brennan says, good morning, guys. Let's go. Let's kick it off early. Kyle Kitchings is here. He says, yo. What's up, Kyle? And Sayo is here. So I, for one, welcome our metaverse overlords. Hail to the Zuck. Good morning, Ryan. I hear your stock is on the way, and it is, Ryan Brandon. Your Mr. Tass erector went out in the mail yesterday, and hopefully you'll have it very shortly. Sim is here. He says, hey, everyone. Ryan Brenner says, who was the podcaster Saturday they were talking about that teased the new VR announcement? And that would be Sebastian Ong from MRTV. He is the foremost leader, most likely, I think, out there really in hardware or headsets. So if you're looking for headsets and looking for news on headsets and new headsets, go to MRTV and go see our buddy Sebastian Ong. He's a good channel to subscribe to. I am subscribed there. I get some of my news from there because he gets his hands on stuff even quicker than we do. Echo into the Future series says, hey, hey, folks, what's going on? And Michelle Dillon is up early. Good morning, Michelle Dillon. How are you doing today? Let's see. Tazaloff says Sebastian something. Sebastian something. Sebastian Ong from MRTV. Toronto, sun is up. It's a gray day in Toronto.
Yep, sun is up in Toronto already.
Yeah, Todd is up in the northwestern part of Canada. Pace Tyson in the series says, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today?
We have, I got an inch of snow yesterday.
What? You didn't even say anything. You got an inch of snow yesterday?
Yep.
Holy crap, dude.
It sucked.
Is it gone already, or is it still there?
It's still there.
Ugh. That's gross.
It should be gone today, though, I think. I hope.
That is gross. Facebook user says, hi, Eric. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know who that is, but good morning.
It's Jasper.
Hey, good morning, Jasper. How you doing, man? Are you up? Are we up in Facebook, Todd, and on yours, or are we up on everybody's?
Everywhere.
Okay, good. Michelle B says, not sure which is the lesser of two evils, and yet we're going to talk about that in a second for sure, Michelle, and I agree 100%. 3D Makers Hub, how you doing this morning? Good morning. He says, thank you for the link. Sub, thank you very much. We appreciate the sub. Thank you. Daniel Kaz is here. Daniel Kaz says, Facebook is the lesser evil. That's a possibility, which we'll discuss here in a second. Yeah, that's pretty much everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We got 23 people watching, 24 people watching, Todd, on an early Wednesday morning. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Let's talk a little bit about what Ryan and Michelle B and Daniel Kaz and and pretty much everybody has a thought of what is Pico and are we getting another meta, or are we getting another Facebook here, Todd, with jumping into bed with Pico? Are we getting away from what we want, what people want to get away from? Are we getting away from that with Pico?
I don't know, right? Like the parent company of Pico is TikTok. So is it really any better than Facebook?
Yeah,
now, granted, they're saying you're not going to need a TikTok account to get onto the Pico store, I hope, but they're social media giants, no different than Facebook, just a different avenue.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking ByteDance. ByteDance owns TikTok now. They bought TikTok. They own Pico. They're huge. It's another huge conglomerate company. And guess what? They make algorithms that do what? Data mine, just like everybody else.
Forced advertising, all the same stuff, right?
So, that is the question. And, we are basically jumping in with another company. Now, the only difference, Todd, is ByteDance is not an American-based company. It's Chinese-based.
True. And that seems to have a lot of people up in arms as well.
Now, Chinese companies are quite a bit different because, the Chinese government, number one, they give two shits about any of us, I got to say, I'm pretty sure. So, and the problem is that, if they wanted our data, I'm pretty sure they could get it. Now, there are some fail-safes that Pico has put in place for this. And, one of them is that all our data that Pico has, or you're going to give Pico, whether that be credit cards or personal information, is not stored in China. All that information is actually stored in America in their branch of the Pico's American division, Pico Interactive. They have a branch here in America, and that's where all that information is stored. Now, there is a backup in Shanghai for all that information, but there are fail safes in place to where if the Chinese government wants to get their hands on it, they really can't, right?
Yeah. What they're saying is that all the North American, European account holders' information would be stored in the U.S., and then encrypted backups would be stored in Singapore as a failsafe, just as a backup. And encrypted backups are useless unless you have the decryption keys, which would be in the U.S. So there's nothing that the Chinese government could do to get your data out of that backup. But they are saying that if the government wanted to get the ByteDance information from the Chinese market, they could shut down the Chinese market. And there's claims that would not affect the American market.
Yeah, I mean they could hinder their ability to do business in China, which is a
Yeah.
huge portion of ByteDance businesses in China, and so you know, and one point that you made yesterday to a lot of people that I thought was perfect was people were worried about their credit card information going to a Chinese company, but credit card information, credit cards are secure. That's why you pay fees to use a credit card. Number one, you're paying fees to borrow the money, but number two, you're paying for secure payment. So
You're
if
borrowing secured money. That's the point. That's why you pay an
exactly
interest rate.
exactly so if something happens and you lose that money or that money goes somewhere, you can get it back through your credit card company. That's
Yeah,
the
you
whole
just
idea
call
of
the bank and say, "Hey, none of this shit was mine," and they give you all your money back.
it. Right, right.
So it's
So
really
yeah, I
not that
mean,
big of a deal.
yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think.
there's definitely issues. Again, you're not, we're not, you're not going to a benevolent company. Is there any such thing as a benevolent company? I don't think there is. If we're
Not
talking
anymore,
to
I don't think.
anybody, Meta is not benevolent. Google is not benevolent. Steam, almighty Steam that everybody loves. You think they're a benevolent company? They're not. They want to make money. All these companies want to make money. They all want our data. So basically, you are going to have to decide who you want to give your data to. That's the question. Who are you giving your data to here? You're going to give it to ByteDance. You're going to give it to Meta. You're going to give it to Google. You're going to give it to Apple. Apple's coming. You think Apple's not going to make you sign into your Apple password
You
to get
didn't
into
think
their
Apple's already
ecosystem?
got all your data from your iPhone?
Now, Apple says they don't do any data mining, or you can sign out of data mining. But I would like to see exactly how they work that and what exactly you can sign out of and what you can't sign out of. We got some more people stopping in this morning. I want to say hi. Hussein X is here. Serenity is here. Alex VR is here. Good morning, Alex VR. Are you excited? I'd like to hear your take on what's going on today. And would you, right now, if they drop a beautiful Pico headset, would you go buy one today?
2 minutes till showtime. They've started
love
the
to
new
hear.
countdown.
Oh, nice. Can you put that up, Todd? You can take the chat off and put that up in a small screen, so everybody can see the timer. Alex, this is going down now, man. This is going to happen, and they're going to start in about 2 minutes from now. What'll happen, guys? When it does go live, we'll basically go live with it, and we'll just kind of put ourselves small in the background, and we'll listen. And then, if it's boring, we'll chime in here or there just to keep things going. But otherwise, we're just going to listen. Michelle B says most of her library is in Oculus, but that's okay because if you choose to use the Pico, you could use everything in your Oculus library. Well, that's not true. You couldn't use everything in your standalone Oculus library. If you had a Rift Oculus library, you could access everything in your Rift Oculus library through Revive and through Steam and Revive. But yeah, anything in your standalone library, no. Alex VR says Pico is pretty awesome. I was very impressed with them a couple of years ago, and they've got what it takes. But we'll see if the games are there. That was another question too. We were working diligently last night to really get a up-to-date list on the games that are available right now in the Pico store. They have a store that's quite like the Oculus App Store, where you buy games for your headset, just like the Oculus App Store. But from what we can understand, and if we're wrong, please somebody correct me. But from what we understand, because I can't find anywhere else, the only way you can access this store is through the headset. So as far as we know, they have no companion mobile app like the Oculus or Meta does, to jump into the mobile app to view the store. Right, Todd?
Yeah, I did everything I could last night to try and put myself into a Chinese VPN somewhere or Japanese. I tried Korea just to see if I could get access to some other information other than it changing my Facebook language to Chinese. It didn't really let me find it. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
And we've heard, from watching other content creators, we've heard 70, we've heard 20, we've seen what the store looks like, and there's only maybe 25 games. Since they're pretty popular games, I'd say, but 25 games is really not much.
No, I'm curious. That's going to be my biggest thing. Number one, I want to see the tech in this headset coming up soon. I'm very curious about what is inside this headset that has Sebastian so excited that he's comparing it to the G2 now. But number two, I want to see what I'm going to say the word again because we said it so many times the other day. I want to see what the ecosystem looks like in this store. And good morning, Nathy. How are you doing, man? Thanks for stopping into our channel. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, Todd, I'm very curious as to what the store looks like because that's going to be the bottom line. You could have the greatest headset in the world, but if you can't access standalone games for it like you can on the Meta Quest, nobody's going to buy it, right?
That's right. It's gonna be a limited market, right? Like
it's going to be a PCVR market.
It's gonna be a PCVR market. The guys that want PCVR but still don't want to spend $1,500,
right? Which is
spend
great.
$600, $500 to get a better quality PCVR headset if that's what the specs come out to.
Right, which is great, but Pico wants to compete with the Quest 2, and the only way to compete with the Quest 2 is standalone, doing standalone VR, without a PC. And to do that, you have to have a store, you have to have a functioning store, you have to have a thriving store, you have to have a store that is going to have content in it. Content is king. We all know that. We have to have good games, and every game, if this is going to happen, every new game from today has to launch simultaneously unless it's an exclusive. Every game has to launch on Pico also if they're going to survive. So if the new Saints and Sinners game that's coming out, Retribution, it better launch simultaneously on Pico the same time it launches on Meta. Otherwise, that's going to be an issue for Pico. So they've got to get themselves in there. So let's see what chat's talking about. Michelle B says, tell me more about Revive. So Revive, Michelle, is basically just a way for you to go into your Steam store and then access through Steam your Oculus library. Now there's a little bit of issue there. Not every game will work with Revive, but most of them do, and most of them work really well. Mickey Burr is here. He says, I wouldn't replace my Quest 2, but I would augment my VR collection with a Pico headset. That's more along the lines of where I am, Mickey. For me, it's more of a curiosity, and I'm if the tech in this headset is comparable to the G2, from what Sebastian is saying. I mean,
at a price point of a Quest.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Then Hussein X was helping Michelle, telling Michelle about Revive as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, what up, Hack? Hack the Game Cat is here. He says, what up, players? What up, Hack? How you doing, man? So yeah, we're still waiting here, right, Todd? What we got going on?
Yeah, it's
9:08. Maybe they aren't going till 9:15. Very possible.
Waiting for Laval, it says. The last one, they went live, and it was just a bunch of guys talking. I don't think they went live on purpose.
I gotcha.
And then they canceled it. And then they started another one for 7:05, but that has passed, so at least it's still active.
Felipe over in Twitch says, seems like it targets a subset of Quest users, but not all. Yeah, I mean, they want all. I mean, that's the whole idea with Pico here. I mean, they're going to want all. You know what I mean? They want to get anybody that would think about buying a Quest 2 now, they want those people, or people that have already bought a Quest 2. Seo says DisplayPort support is a killer feature if it undercuts the G2. Absolutely. The DisplayPort is big, right, Todd? We talked about that the other night. That's compression is a big deal with the Quest 2, and it's really good. There's still the link cable, but it's still not great. It's not as good as it could be, right?
Yeah, and USB-C is just not there yet. Like a bunch of new computers are coming out with that new USB, the red port on your computer, which is like USB 3.5 or 3.2 or something like that. Which is better, but still not DisplayPort or HDMI. It would even work through HDMI with an adapter, I would imagine. So even if your computer didn't have a DisplayPort, you could still make this work.
Right. Yeah, I think non-compressed, PC VR is something that the Quest 2 and Meta should have done a long time ago. I think it was a misstep on their part. If they knew they were going to go into a PC VR headset when they launched the Quest 2, I think it was a misstep to not launch it with some other type of way to connect it to your computer, so there wasn't a compressed signal. But that is what it is right now. And Mr. Tasselhoff says he thinks this is going to be $600. That if it's $600, Todd, that is not going to compete with the Quest 2, and that is not going to fly.
That's two Quest 2s.
Yeah, it's not going to work. and that is not going to affect VR that everybody's talking about, because at $600 it's a PC VR headset, and
That's not mainstream market.
it's not going to compete with the Quest 2. No way. If we're talking that this is a Quest 2 competitor, it needs to be at max their low model. If they have different sizes available, we don't know, but if they have different sizes available, at max it needs to be $400 for their lowest model. If it goes any more than 400, this is not going to compete at all.
Yeah. Somebody in the video chat on Pico says Pico Neo 3 $499 US requires a TikTok account. Those are all the things no one wants.
So no, could you imagine?
That's not true.
If Pico drops this morning for $500 and you got to have a TikTok, I don't know, man.
Holy crap.
I don't know. Hey, Dark Angel is here. She says, good morning. Dark Angel, this is not your time. You are a night owl. That is for sure. This is not your time. She's usually up with Wes streaming at 4 a.m. So good morning. Thanks for being here, though. We appreciate it. Let's see. What's everybody saying? Ryan Brandon says he paid $200 for his Quest 2 64 gigabyte. That's yeah. I mean, you can definitely get good deals, especially now. Alex VR says he got addicted to knock. People feel free to hit him up for some matches. Todd, have you gotten any knock yet?
I have not got in there yet.
Did you claim your key?
I have not claimed my key.
Dude, go claim your key, man.
I forgot about it, actually.
You got to get in there and play some knock. I actually, knock is a cool game. It's not for me, but I can see where people love it. I can see where the gameplay can be addictive. They up. But yeah, it's just not for me. Pace Tyson says, claim that key, Todd. It's worth it. You can get in there and play with Pace and Felipe and Alex VR. You could be playing with Alex VR right now, bro.
I gotta find the key first.
Are they doing anything there, Todd? I see somebody at the podium.
It looks like it's popped up here.
Okay. Yeah, let's make that small, make that big, and listen. We'll listen in. You're gonna have audio, right?
Can't hear that?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
You guys in chat don't hear that, right? Because I don't hear any audio.
Dedicated to the enterprise market here in
Got
Europe.
it. That's perfect, Todd.
So I'm just going to spend a couple minutes talking about the Neo 3 Pro and what makes it special. The Neo 3 Pro is powered by the XR2 processor from Qualcomm, 6 gigabytes of memory, and 256 gigabits or gigabytes of storage. And then we did a lot of work when we were moving from the Neo 2 to the Neo 3 to condense and reduce the weight. So it's a very light and very compact design. What else we've been working on this whole time is developers. So if you've been in the market for 4 or 5 years, you've probably come across a Pico product and you've probably been able to do some development for it. We work with both Unreal and Unity. We support the OpenXR initiative. So as
OpenXR is big.
This is not a new platform. This is a very robust development environment, and we think it will be a great environment for even more developers moving forward. These specs, if you compare them to other platforms, other devices, they're very similar. They're very competitive. The main area where we've been setting some precedent is around our PC connectivity. So we're going to spend some time talking about the Displayport cable, but we also do offer Wi-Fi streaming. And then let's talk about the Displayport cable, because it's a pretty basic thing, but we spent really, really a lot of time engineering it and coming up with a way to tether one of our standalone headsets to a PC and get the same performance that you would get from any other PC VR headset. So this is a full 4K resolution, 90 refresh. It comes with a really interesting design. So there's a screw that connects the cable to the headset, so
Doesn't fall
going
off.
to you're going
Power
to be
supply
able
too.
to
That's big.
wear it and move around and not feel like the cable's about to get ripped out. It's a incredibly well designed feature which raised questions. So some of the people in this room saw the DP cable and they saw the DP cable what it could allow for, which was PCVR, and they started to ask questions, right? Here's one example with Displayport Cable. Here's another one. What is this product? What can it do? Seems like it could be pretty appealing or interesting for more than just the enterprise market. And we have the gentleman in the room, and I know he loves this photo. So, I mean, it is a world-class PCVR headset and a world-class standalone device. And that was also, and what else we were thinking about as we were considering what we're about to announce today, was what was the period of time where we thought that innovation was best in the market? Where we thought there was the most connection between developers and the hardware manufacturers and the accessories and the entire ecosystem.
3D
And I look
makers, you
back
saw that
at
too,
that
huh?
period of time, 2015, 2016, 2017, where it was open. You would have every headset manufacturer going to meetups. You would have you would have Palmer Luckey trying the PSVR for the first time. It was a community, a really friendly, open community, one that was willing to share innovation, try and work together in a collaborative nature. And so I personally pushed hard to try and tap into this ethos as much as possible as we thought about what we would do next. There are two first principles. These are the things we had to verify whether we could do them. We didn't think we could evolve and become a new company unless we could meet some specific thresholds. So the very first one is, can we put together an offering that includes everything you need in the box? That means, including the DP cable, glass spacers, everything, right? Can you put together a really compelling proposition? Can you achieve PCVR support 4K 90 hertz? Can you allow people to play their huge existing library of PC content? Can you get to a store that has 200 pieces of native content? Can you work with your new partners in the third-party accessories? So, we announced a really great initiative for our enterprise business 2 days ago with Ultraleap, and Ultraleap will be bundled with our enterprise headsets.
Enterprise.
We're exploring with them, can we do something similar? What would we have to do with Ultraleap to turn that into also a consumer proposition? And then the other area that we were looking into and saying, is this going to be the DNA that we use to launch this product? And that's around enterprise design. So we have always built our headsets with the battery in the back and typically with a rigid strap. And that makes our headsets have an incredibly neutral weight distribution.
Are they going to announce the Pro?
A lot of people, when you read or you watch the YouTube videos, they comment on how comfortable the Neo 3 Pro is.
It's going to be a
Also, we use PU foam, which is great for single-user applications. But the PU foam that has been battle-tested by our enterprise market also means that our devices will be great for multi-user sessions. So very easy to clean the headset. You want to bring it to your friend's house. You want to do demos. You're able to clean the headset very effectively, following good hygiene between each play session. We've already talked about the Qualcomm XR2 and how powerful it is. And then we've the single area that you have to work on the hardest, and it's the thing that we have chipped away at with every single system update, is the head tracking and the controller tracking. And I think at this point, our head tracking and our controller tracking are absolutely top notch and as good as other products on the market. So let's pause for a second. Here it is, the Neo 3 Link. Neo 3 Link is a sister or a brother of the Neo 3 Pro. It has all of the same features of the Neo 3 Pro, but comes with the DP cable included. So we think that the Neo 3 Link will allow for limitless play. We think it's the best of PCVR and the best of all-in-one headset.
The Pro, as I just said.
Probably wondering, what is the content strategy? So the Pico store, as of today,
100 games.
Has 100 games and over 50 non-gaming applications. We also have been working very closely with Steam to make sure that our product is Steam VR compatible. Then we have something that's a little different. We have a community of over 1,000 enterprise developers here in Europe. So we've been talking with them. What do you want to do? How can you modify or upgrade or adjust your product to make it a compelling experience for consumers? So we will see more and more of our enterprise apps offering versions that are also intended for consumers. Then,
He's saying this is going
in
to
the
have an
same
ultra leap.
vein, we have a large number of video content producers who use our headsets in professional settings like museums, film festivals, marketing and promotion. But a lot of that content is incredible quality. So what if we can package that content and bring it onto the store and allow brands that have paid for this content to also share that content directly with the users? And then an area that we're most excited about, because we have not done as much of this as we would like, is developer outreach. So we are going to be announcing a couple different developer initiatives here. Let's just talk about Pico Games for, I don't know, a couple of minutes. So we are able to work with developers already because of our consumer business in China.
Yeah,
and we've
120
managed to
more
port over
over the
120
50 they
games
already
to the
have,
store.
or the 100 they already have.
And these games are also covered under now a global publishing agreement. So something like Puzzling Places is having fantastic traction in China, like over an hour of gameplay with that piece of content. You can look at Superhot, which is always a perennial favorite on Steam
After
or
the fall,
on
I'm buying it.
other stores. We're very excited about Walkabout. Frankly, there are at least 30 or 40 top-notch developer experiences that will be available day one with this product.
That'd be cool.
So I'm very, very excited to talk about a piece of content that's launching on Pico called After the Fall. And this is going to be the...
So After the Fall was created after we wrapped on Arizona Sunshine, and we found that the co-op aspect was very popular with the players. So we looked to expand and improve on that idea, and rather than navigating around an existing world, we took all that we learned into a new post-apocalyptic world and
Todd,
start fresh with bigger ideas such as the new enemies and being able to team up with the squad of four.
Ultra Leap, right?
I think so, yeah.
Developing a framework for After the Fall allowed us to bring the game to other platforms like Pico more fluidly. And we're excited to give more VR enthusiasts the opportunity to be action heroes together through this. The team at Pico has been great at facilitating the development process in providing the knowledge of the system and features for us. So the implementation of After the Fall was very seamless. Wireless VR is absolutely one of the best ways to play After the Fall.
GTGT saying
we look forward to welcome many people players in After the Fall and join them in the harvest runs, the horde mode, the PvP. The community so far has been awesome, and it'll be even more so with the Pico players joining the ranks. There's a ton of content for you to discover, and lots more to come in the future. So jump in, and welcome to the Frozen Apocalypse of
fix your shit.
Yeah, so we are absolutely super excited to have them here. This is a good moment to say, I hope you stick around the show, because starting tomorrow, we will be doing a little refresh of our booth, and tomorrow will be game oriented. Well, not just gaming and non-gaming, and Steam VR will be in our booth. So
their booth, right? This is like a CES,
you'll be able to come and try the product yourself. You'll be able to play some of the standalone native Pico games. You'll be able to try some of the other experiences that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, come on,
let's talk quickly about the largest VR gaming library, the largest library of VR content, actually, period, which is Steam. We are working to make Steam VR to have, in a perfect world, we have 100% of Steam VR content compatible with our headset, and that's what we're working on. So let's talk for a couple of minutes about non-gaming applications, or rather entertainment or general purpose, or any of these other use cases. So starting with something like Gravity Sketch, they've been working with Pico because there are professional enterprise users who want to use Gravity Sketch to look at designs and models. Obviously, they also are a consumer product. So we are very excited to be able to work with them both within our enterprise offering and within our consumer offering. Tribex Star is another great example of, is it a game or is it not? It's DJ training, right? It's allowing people to experience what it would be like to learn, and then perform like a DJ. That's not game. So we think they will find more success and a great home here on Pico. Virtual speech is about helping people overcome their fear of public speaking. And in this case, it is actually
I wonder if you use that app
today.
Yeah,
through an
right. It's
enterprise
doing pretty
model,
good.
but it also will be available through a consumer model. And finally, multi-brush. Everybody is familiar with tilt brush, multi-brush. It's has always been one of the best. Doesn't fit into the gaming mold. It's just a fantastic user experience. Here is where I want to go back to our heritage of from the very get-go with our 3 DOF headsets. We've been one of the preferred headsets for 360 video content creators. So we've worked with or sponsored film festivals like Malaga, Leichter. We work with Rai Cinema. We've done things with Sonar. And then on our booth, we have 2 of the best examples of
really
super high quality 360 video content, which is Wild Immersion and Immersive. So you should come. Today, you can check out that content already. And then tomorrow, we will also be showing these 360 video pieces of content. So it's wildlife, it's fashion, it's sports, it's racing. It's very, there is room in Pico for all types of content. To continue with that theme, we've had a relationship with Mel Slater, who's an academic at the University of Barcelona, which led to a spin-out company called Virtual Bodyworks. So he took work that he was doing in the lab, and then we started engaging with him and his students in an enterprise way. But he reached out and he said, I have a problem. I want to do a new study that needs to be geographically dispersed, and I'm an academic. I'm not going to be able to distribute and manage hundreds of headsets all over Europe. So he said, would I be able to publish this research on your store? And then could users participate and choose to actively participate in the research? And we said, of course. Yes, that's great. It's the spirit of what we're looking to do, which is
everybody
to
looking at the price. I hear
make this platform be as inclusive as possible. So fortunately, Mel narrated a short video for us that talks a little bit about the type of content or the type of research that he does.
Hi, nice to meet you. So I'm going to start playing now.
That's creepy.
It's creepy.
Kind of sounded like Bearbo.
Oh, it did too. You're right. Felipe, price for me is difficult right now because I don't know what is in this headset. If it has Ultra Leap in it, and that is what they alluded to in the beginning, if this
I
has
guess it's
Ultra
my
Leap,
turn.
which is a big package for them, I'm saying it's going to have to be at least 400 for their base model. If they have anything more than I don't know if will have different models or not, but what do you think, Todd? I think it's got to be at least $400. There's no way it's 300. There's no way their base model is going to be 300.
That was my wife who just came down. She's all excited too. She's
Risky
like,
move
what's
for
the
you,
announcement?
eh?
What was it? What's the product? I don't know yet.
Did you tell her you're buying one yet?
She saw my credit card sitting on the table, so I think she figured it out.
Oh my god. Chris9989 says, "Oh, I love this game. Let's play chess with a serial killer." Yeah, that dude was super creepy.
It was super.
So yeah, I mean, I think it would be hard to imagine certain other platforms allowing that kind of quirky and innovative type of
just
content
say
to be
Quest.
hosted. But
Just
in
say
our
Meta,
case,
bro.
we really
You can do it.
think
it's
what Mel
okay.
does
You won't get
with
sued if you
his
say
embodiment
Meta.
research
You won't get sued.
is going to help make VR a better
other platforms.
Is going to improve the technology overall for everyone. So we're very happy to support his
Thing
project.
says 449
Tony
euros.
gets his second shout out
Do
of
you
the
know
day
that for
only
sure,
because
Hussein, or that's your
he
guess?
gave me a great quote, which is, I think our collaboration went great. 2 demo apps in 3 working days. So the background is 2 weeks ago, we knew that he was working on his hip motion application and another application that will also be on the floor tomorrow. And
Still not on their website.
was like, if you give me a booth space, I'll try and see if I can make this work. And he it seemed like 2 hours later was sending a message basically saying, I think I got it to work. So the point with this little vignette is just to explain that given where we've gone as an industry, especially with OpenXR, and he's proposed that he's going to share a lot of detail about how he did the porting process. It is really, really easy to bring an application from another standalone device into the Pico platform. So this is an investment that we're going to make, where the winners of this hackathon are going to get the Pico Neo 3 Link plus 10,000 euros. It's a hackathon oriented around the topic of space, and I'm going to let the video speak for itself.
I found this online. Posted in the Restream chat.
What are they getting into now?
Space.
What is this?
A dark expanse
Another demo.
with a myriad of strange phenomena, incredible alien worlds, and distant stars. Throughout history, humans have gazed up at the beautiful night sky in wonder. And now, we stand on the verge of truly becoming a spacefaring species. To capture the marvel of the cosmos and the thrill of humankind's endeavor to conquer space. Pico
I think this is going to
Interactive
be only one
launches
model.
an
I think this is going to be
inspirational
one model. It's going to be a
international
256
virtual
gigabyte
reality
model. Like that's
contest.
going to be it, Todd.
Space, humanity's new frontier.
Okay.
Make sure you take pictures of the website. So that will be going live basically later today, and the plan is to have it conclude around the end of August or September. And the winners there will be a number of pieces of content selected through this initiative that, of course, will be available on the Pico store. So we need to be very clear for the next couple slides that what we are talking about is a limited release, very exclusive beta program. This is not a full-blown as many devices as possible. This is us participating with the community and trying to learn as quickly as possible how we can evolve from being a enterprise-focused business into being a all-purpose VR device for all types of use cases. So
April 15th.
there will be a limited number of markets.
Denmark, New
The
Zealand,
first 4 markets
France,
are going to be Germany, Netherlands,
Germany.
Spain, and France.
Not
Those
North America.
pre-orders will go live on April 15th at noon. You will be able to pre-order. And then because the world we live in with logistics and supply chains and everything like that, we will ship the product on May 24th. And then we have to wait a couple more weeks, at which point we'll then be able to offer the Neo 3 Link to the UK and to Italy. And then the beta program will run for at least 3 or 4 months throughout the summer. And
when the hell's North America
getting
getting it?
I want to emphasize that we are updating and rebuilding and changing all of our back-end stuff. So our payment system, our user account system, how the store works, the UI.
We are
having to do an immense amount of technology work, which is possible because of the additional resources that we have access
to.
In
a UK
but we are not
showcase.
going to get everything right perfectly at the get-go. So this is we expect this to be an open and honest dialogue between us and the community. And in the spirit of being open, one of the things that we need to rebuild, if you've been to our website, you realize it's like lost in time. It hasn't been touched in 2 or 3 years.
They're not mentioning US.
We are making a new website finally, and there will be a very good, I hope, feedback process available through the website to be able to submit. Like if you dig into the system and you get down to a menu and suddenly the menu switches to Chinese, which is probably going to happen to somebody, we would like you to take a screenshot, send us that information so that we can go and fix it. So this is a different kind of product launch or initiative. And then the other big announcement for today is that obviously we are part of a group of companies, and we will be moving all of our consumer-oriented conversation to TikTok. We have a new TikTok handle, which I hope all of you can subscribe, join right now. It's Pico_XR. We will also continue to be very active with LinkedIn for our enterprise business. And then Twitter will be a hybrid of enterprise and consumer-oriented dialogue with our fans, with our users. Okay, so how can I get one of these? We have
if you're in North
looked
America
at
or anywhere
our partnerships with the top 5
countries
VR specialists.
We're all going to be sending
Europe,
money.
And we've decided all of whom are official Pico enterprise partners. And we've said, you know what? You guys really know the market. You really know how to handle our product, and you know how to work with consumers, with users. So we are going, all of the pre-order campaigns will be managed by one of these 5 companies. So you can choose to go to the different links, which will be in different languages, and they are each in a different country. So hopefully there will be very good service and support for everyone in the 6 major markets, either through System Active, through VR Expert, Matt's Digital, Shanker, or Invalon. And all of them are here today, I believe. Matt's has their own booth, and the rest of the partners are here at our booth. So if you want to talk with them, have any questions, they'll be available.
My God, I'm going to fall asleep, dude.
Yeah.
Here's the price.
Alex VR said the same thing.
$449 in continental Europe, and then £399 for the UK.
Everybody woke up.
As you can guess, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what this number should be, and we think that this is a price point that is similar to other products on the market, but when you include the DP cable and the built-in rigid strap, we think it represents at least €100 of additional value for the end customer. So we think the price is
Alex is please clap.
Very,
come on, guys, just do something.
It was a big,
you gotta clap.
ambitious price that we decided to set.
Awkward pause.
And because I've always wanted to do this. Can anyone guess? I don't think anybody's done this before. So everyone who participates in the beta program, should there be another product that comes from Pico within the next 12 months, they will be eligible for this discount. And the idea is that we honestly believe the feedback that you will give us and the dialogue that we will have.
So they're coming out with another one.
They're coming out with another one. They're going to come out with another one in the year, and they don't want to piss anybody off, is what they're saying.
That's right.
Huge.
Don't buy this thing.
For all types of content, gaming content, but also non-gaming content. And what we want to do is not forget, or we want to acknowledge the work that you're going to do and how important you are to us as a platform. So we're going to make it as easy as possible, as easy as we can, for you to continue the journey with us. Yep. Should the beta program be successful?
I'm bummed, man.
Should we release any future product?
Cool.
We want this group of people to be the first people to have access with this discount. And with that, my time is up. I cede the floor. Thank you very much.
Who's he ceding the floor to? Oh, all right.
I don't know. I wanted to see.
Yeah, I think that's it. I have thoughts.
What the shit?
Perfect. I have thoughts. Okay, so, dude.
Let me just make a quick change here so we don't get any feedback. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me first say this. There is another headset coming within a year. There's no way that you put that out there if you don't think that you're going to have another fucking headset coming within a year. You don't go out there and say, hey, we're going to give you 35% off once we make a better fucking headset than we have right fucking now. What the hell kind of freaking marketing strategy is that? How do you go there? How do you go, hey, just to let you guys know, your headset that you're just going to buy for €449 is basically going to be a piece of dog shit in about 6 months, because I'm going to come out with a better unit, but I'll give you 35% off that new unit that you can put on your dresser and collect dust. Okay. Here's the other thing. This
Aside
is
from that
fantastic
crap.
news. Okay, this is great news for people in countries that cannot get the Quest headset. So if you're in, I know Germany has issues with Meta, and they have difficulty getting headsets. But from when I talked to one of our moderators, Jonas, it's quite easy just to order one from somewhere else and have it shipped to you from another country, and then have it shipped into where you are. So it's not like if you live in Germany, you can't get a Quest 2. He has a Quest 2. They have huge Facebook Quest 2 Germany communities.
Groups.
So
Yeah.
so it's not like you can't get one if you're in another country. So I am very happy for these markets that can get them, but don't drop me that you're a Quest 2 killer or you're a Quest 2 competitor. Okay, not killer, but say you don't drop me you're a Quest 2 competitor and you don't launch anything in the largest market in the world. Okay, I mean, I understand that we are US focused, and you're Canada focused, but still, if you're not going to put your headset into North America, how could you ever consider yourself a Quest competitor? You're not competing with the largest market in the world. I mean, I would like to see the numbers on what the percentages of headsets sold that are in North America.
I'm a little, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, nobody really said
Quest 2 killer.
Yeah, Chris, nobody really said. He didn't even say Quest 2 killer. We kind of hinted at it in our thumbnail that it was a Quest 2 killer. Nobody said Quest 2 killer. Quest 2 competitor is what everybody said. Which this is a competitor in some ways, but I mean, you're not. It's the specs inside this headset are super impressive. I mean, look at 3664 by 1920, 90 hertz. That's impressive. The display cable, link display cable, it's impressive, but not competitive. You're not competitive. You're not in the market where you need to be. How do you not launch in North America? Can they not launch in North America, Todd? Can they not get approval to launch?
I was going to say maybe there's an approval process problem. I don't understand why you would not launch in North America. Like, I get it; it's a UK focused event, and maybe that's where you wanted to do your drop. But why not in your little beta program outline of like timeline? Why was North America not listed?
Well, you don't mention it. You don't mention it. Yeah, you don't mention it at all.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's confusing. Did they talk about playtime when doing standalone? 3.5 hours. They talked a 5300 mAh battery that's included in the head strap or in the headset itself. So about a little bit, maybe a little longer than what's the Quest, Todd? 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe it's 3 hours. Yeah. I think it's going to be comparable to the Quest battery time, Jasper. Yeah, I mean, so if you're in Europe, I mean, this is if you're in, what was it? It was UK, Italy, and then
Germany,
it was
France.
Germany, France. Was it Denmark?
Netherlands.
Yeah, Netherlands. So if you're in those areas, that's great. That's fantastic. It sounds like, and price wise, I think it's because it's a 256 version, right? So what's the 256 Quest go for now? $399, so $400.
Yeah, so it's mind you, that was euros. So what's
so
euros?
$490 US dollars, basically. So you're about almost $100 more than say a Quest 2 in the American market if you were going to go to the American market. Yeah, Michelle B says,
price, man, $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah, well, especially when you don't offer a smaller unit. You know what I mean? Again, that Meta's price point is tough to beat. That's why they are so good. It's tough to get into that market. That's why they've had a stranglehold on it for so long. And that's why some people all desperately look for something else. This isn't it. So anybody that's in North America that wants to get out from underneath Meta in some way today is disappointed. I think that's fair. And, I think it's a miss for Pico. I mean, for sure. How much business do they think they're going to do in those areas? And they're calling this a beta, right? They're calling this a beta rollout. They're basically saying it's a big test, right? And that all these people that are paying 449 euros are big beta testers.
Yeah.
So to pay you back for the bait for being our guinea pigs, we'll give you 35% off our next headset that we're going to ship within a year. Hussein X says Quest 2 256 and Pico same price in UK at £399 pounds.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. So.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair.
So 35% off gets you $160 or €160 discount next time around.
Next time around. For chunk. What? We don't know what that'll be for.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money. So I think you're right. They're saving face because they're coming out with another headset.
Yeah, because if they came out with a headset within a year, a better headset within a year, let me ask you this. Could they come out with a better headset within a year for the North American market or for the entire market, for everybody? And then that's why they need to do this. They're not 100% ready yet. They need to get something out there. They need to get something out there. They need a massive test. So instead,
I think they thought they'd be ready and they aren't. So they're doing this instead.
So instead of testing this everywhere, where you release it to everybody, they said, "Look, we'll release it in a few different countries and let everybody try it, especially countries where they can't. Maybe they have a difficulty getting the Quest." But it's weird because UK and Italy have no issues getting a Quest 2. It's basically just Germany and right. Germany is probably, I think, one of the only places. And China.
Markets, but...
Interesting. I don't know. What's everybody saying? I absolutely, my thought is 100%. When they put that out there, they have plans of releasing another headset within a year. What's everybody think? Daniel Kaz says, "Will they have an XR Cambria clone?" That could be possible. Maybe I still think they're looking to be the Quest 2 competitor, but again, they're not ready yet. It doesn't sound like it, and maybe they want to have more into the headset. Chris 9989 says 35% discount plus selling your old unit to someone could pay for the new headset. It could. What is that old headset going to be worth? That's the question. Let me ask you this, Chris. So you're in a Quest 1. And then all of a sudden you're loving your Quest 1, and then the Quest 2 is announced that you can come and buy a unit for $299. Now there was an issue with availability and getting headsets, but say they're freely available to get. What was your Quest? If you didn't sell your Quest 1 right away, what's your Quest 1 worth? What are you getting for it? Who's buying it?
Nothing. That's why I still have mine.
Nobody's buying it. Again, it was a little different because there was availability issues at that point, and it was tough to get things. So people were buying them just because they couldn't get anything else. But we're in a little bit different time now than that happened. But just think about that. What are you going to get if they came out with a better Pico for the same price? Pico, they came out with Pico Neo 3.5 or Pico Neo 3 Pro 6 months after you bought your Pico Neo 3 Link, and it's way better and it's the same price. Who is going to give you what for your original Pico Neo 3 Link that you've been using for 6 months or a year?
Yeah, but with your 35% off, right, that brings down your resale price to $250 or something. So if you sold it for $150, it costs you $100 to have a Pico for 6 months. You could definitely resell it, I think.
Yeah, no,
I'm not market for lower.
You could
drop in the price, but
you could.
But do you want to?
You want to go through that
beta tester?
Yeah, you want to go through all that, or would you?
I'll be the beta tester when they send me one, but I don't think I'm buying one.
Or would you just wait? Would you just go, hey, you know what? I think maybe I'll wait for 6 months to see what they come out with. I got my Quest 2 sitting right here. I mean, anybody watching this right now, we have headsets, right? I mean, I would say that most people that are watching us or watching them or interested in them probably have a headset. So it's not like we need a headset.
Yeah. Disappointing news. Disappointing.
I'm the technology and what is in this headset and the way they have this set up. I'm very interested in what they've done here. I like. I even like the price, Todd. I don't like the fact that they're not releasing it to the North American market. Now, I assume that's for a reason.
I can't think of the reason other than supply.
But they didn't even give like a timeline. They didn't even say 6 months from now we'll roll it out to the North American market or to the rest
in their
of the world.
Little schedule thing. Why didn't they have North America on the bottom saying August it's coming. Or
yeah, Chris Labrecki just nailed it on the head.
Determined even.
Yeah, Chris Labrecki nailed it on the head for me. This makes me excited for the Cambria. I am, now I'm like, all in. I'm all in on my on the Lynx R1 and then the Cambria. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted something special. I wanted something for the virtual reality world in general to go, wow, this is going to be amazing. And I think we got, okay, that's cool. I don't think it was amazing. If this had launched right now into the North American market, do you think it would be wow? Do you think would you have bought one right now if it was available? Would you have went and bought it for that price?
I would have bought it.
Well, what would that have been for you, Canadian? Do you know?
$449. Is that what they said?
Yeah, $449.
$600.
How much?
It's a chunk of change. $615.
$615. So $615 for the Pico Neo 3 Link. Now you don't have currently a quote unquote PC VR only headset. So you don't have a Valve Index, you don't have a G2.
No, I have a Windows mixed reality.
Right. So you use, when you're playing PC VR, you use your Quest 2 mainly. You don't use anything else. No. Would you go buy this? Because this could be your PC VR every, if you're going to run PC VR, this would be an upgrade for you. So you would get standalone, you would get, the all the cool features, I mean, some of the specs here are definitely, 90 Hertz, 3664 by 1920 per eye.
Yeah, that's nice.
Impressive. Would you go buy it for 615 Canadian dollars?
I think if I wasn't Q2C VR gamer, probably not.
But for us,
I could see a lot of content to create with it, right? So
yeah.
Definitely.
And that was the same for me. I mean, I was like, I would have been in. I think for $449 for what this is, for me, I'm a headset collector. You know what I mean? So it's a little different for me. You know what I mean? I have a Valve Index. I've got a Pimax. I've got a PlayStation VR 1. I've got a Quest. I've got a Quest 2. I've been thinking about getting a G2 just so I can check it out. Do I need this headset? Absolutely not. Would there be any reason for me ever to buy this headset? Absolutely not. Would I get it?
Absolutely.
Probably. Probably. But you know what I mean? I think the price is good. I think here's the deal. If you're in a country that it's released into and you hate Meta and you want nothing to do with Facebook, or you're in Germany and you can't, there is no, Meta there's, you have to go through things to get the headsets and you just want to get away from Meta. This is great. And I want to see it for myself, and I'm still going to try and get one, Todd. I don't care. I'm still going to try and get one to play PCVR with it. Because I want to see what it looks like. I want to see,
the difference.
I want to see what
MRTV
is so excited about.
Exactly.
Because he's excited about. Because to me, yesterday when he was playing Lone Echo 2 through Steam on this headset, he said that this was not just a competitor for Quest 2 standalone. This was a competitor for the G2 in quality and crispness on the edge-to-edge display of the Pico Neo 3 Link. So if that's the case, I want to see this. I want to see if this, to me, this is not a standalone headset that I would ever buy, but I would buy this to check it out as a PC VR headset for $449. That's cheap.
I'd love to do some PC VR gameplay side by side with a Quest and a Pico 3.
Yeah.
Right, and do a side-by-side of Lone Echo or a side-by-side of After the Fall and show everybody the differences.
Yeah, what's everybody saying here? Felipe says it's $612 as a beta. That's a deal breaker for me. That is expensive because you don't know what you're getting into as a beta, right? I mean, when they're saying this is a beta test, what is that? You know what I mean? What kind of jank does that mean for the people that are buying this? Like, what is the beta part of this? You know what I mean? They actually call, and that's another thing too. How do you come out in your press conference and say, "Hey, we got this awesome thing"? It's a beta test. I think he did good all the way through until he said,
"Why would you bring that up?" Yeah.
We'll give you 35% off on a new headset when we come out with a new one, because we're definitely going to come out with a new one, and we don't want you to be mad at us. And please be beta testers for us, because we know we're going to have jank and we're going to have issues.
And did you see the caveat on that 35% off?
No, what was it?
35% off from the same reseller you purchased it from.
Ooh, so you've got to go through that exact. So it's not even there. There's nothing like they're going to give it to you from them. You got to go back to whoever it is,
and then you have to hope that the relationship doesn't fall apart, and that they don't sell the new headset. Then you're not getting your 35% discount.
That could be a little iffy. Battery and back means you're probably locked into their strap. You are locked into their strap. That strap is not removable. Tass, it is. You're not going to a Bobo with that one. You're not going to a Bobo with
That's another downside for me, right? I don't like lead straps, so I'm not sure. It's
Chris says all Pico resellers change their name 1 month before the new headset.
Yeah, release. Right. It saves them all $200.
Right? Exactly.
Times how many things? Yeah, Jesus.
Oh man. Polish Hammer says Meta sent their goons to Pico headquarters. You better not release it in North America. Person says, if they don't see enough demand in Europe, then they probably won't see demand in the US. Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're doing, I guess, but I don't know. Do you do this big fanfare, this big, all this big hype and announcement to do a beta in a few countries?
And you send them the units out to content creators who aren't European based. Solely European based.
I mean, I guess they're trying
hype over a product.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I understand they're trying to get an idea of how many people want to buy this headset, but I don't know. It's like you put shackles on yourself whenever you go into a pitch, and that's what this is. This is a sales pitch. Okay, you call what you want, press conference, event. This is a sales pitch. He's trying to sell people on why they should buy the Pico Neo 3 Link. When you go into that sales pitch with, hey, we'll give you 35% off on the new headset that's going to come out within a year, and thank you for being our beta testers. That is an issue, and I don't know if you want to use those terms when you're trying to sell your headset. I mean, don't use I don't know. Don't use the word beta tester. Beta tester is not good. Beta tester means there's issue, there's jank, and then you're going to charge me $449. Ryan Holt says I couldn't do it as a beta as a beta though, or couldn't buy it as a beta. I see why you guys for your page would and passion for tech, but a normal user, as soon as they said 6 months, may see a new one hold off. Yeah, I mean they didn't say that. They just said, but when you come out and say we'll give you 35% off a new headset if we launch one within a year, they're already pointing you in the direction that they're going to launch one within a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, right. And don't forget that ByteDance and Qualcomm have partnered.
Exactly.
So why did this not have a Snapdragon XR3?
Right.
Or is the one that's coming out in 12 months going to have an XR3 or whatever the hell they're going to call it?
Yeah. 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 It's very odd. It's just another long line of companies falling on their face with these things to me. This goes right along in lines with, with I mean, think about HTC. How many events have we gone through with HTC where we're like, okay, this is what you got? I mean, what was the last piece of hardware that came out that we were like, holy crap, this is amazing, and I got to go buy it? Index? G2? G2 didn't even come out with that much fanfare. G2 was flawed when it came out, man. HP Reverb G2 has become an exceptional headset, but it had issues when it came out, Todd. It had major issues, and they had to work for the last year and a half or so to really get that headset to where it is now.
Maybe that's what I need to focus on, is finding a good PCVR headset.
I think this could have been it for you.
The Quest as my standalone.
Yeah, I think this could have been it for you.
Would do it, yeah, exactly.
Would you buy this as just a PCVR headset?
No, I don't think so. Well, the price point's kind of nice, but if I was strictly going to buy a PCVR headset, I think I would up my price range and get a better field of view.
Exactly, yeah. I love my wife. She's so smart and so funny. She said, "What if it's 13 months? They come out with a new headset and you get shit."
Yeah, Michelle B said that too. New one comes out in 366 days.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, oh, sorry, you lost your 35%, but
Yeah,
it's close. But thank you for being a beta tester for Pico.
You might get a sticker.
Sayo says standalone is essential for me, and that's what it is for most of us. Anybody watching the show right now wants to see the standalone. You know, if you're watching this right now, you're most likely a standalone user. I mean, I'm sure there are a few people out there that are PCVR only, but most of us now that game with some type of standalone feature, and we also do PCVR. You know what I mean? The days of just being a diehard PCVR guy only, there's not many of those left out. They're out there. I mean, if you go to the Virtual Strangers, Scion, Gerillo, these guys are diehard PCVR. They'll never play anything else. They'll never own a Quest. They don't want standalone. They want PCVR only. But the majority of us, I mean, there's, if you believe the numbers that are out there, there's over 10 million people that have a Quest 2 that are playing standalone PCVR, but also play PCVR. So, the majority of us here want the standalone. And I don't know.
I just want to experience high field of view, high 4K or more PCVR. Like I say, I've got an Acer Windows mixed reality headset, which was good in its time, but the Quest is a better headset than that thing.
Yeah, you're right. Michelle B, two things I like these questions right here, or these statements. Hussein X says, but is Pico a G2 killer? I think it is. Now, with these specs, and if what Sebastian has said about this so far, and I need to see it with my own eyes before I definitively say yes or no, and I'm doing what I can to get one of these headsets, trust me, to tell you guys. I think this could very well be a G2 killer. If you want to go as a PCVR only headset, which the G2 is, it's not a standalone device. It's a PCVR only device. This could be better than the G2, and I need to see it. And if that's the case, then it could
changes things, right?
Because you got to remember, the G2 still has issues with tracking. It still has issues with certain jank with WMR. So if you could get away from that and you could have a great headset like this, and from all I've heard, the tracking on and the controllers on this headset are amazing. And so this very well could be a PCVR headset for you or for somebody like you. And it could be a G2 killer, but I need to see that. And then Michelle B says, did they mention AirLink feature? Now, Todd, we kind of did some homework on Pico because we were not big into Pico. We had to do some homework before we even got into all this. And you looked up NVIDIA's Cloud XR, right?
Yeah.
Now tell everybody about Cloud XR.
They do have a AirLink, if you want to call it, but it's their version. Pico and NVIDIA's got their own wireless software that'll run just like AirLink. And I wouldn't be surprised, well, now that it's not in North American market, probably not, but I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Virtual Desktop ported to the Pico, but is there an incentive for him to do that? He's a small shop that runs that program.
Yeah.
For him to push to a market that doesn't have a lot of people, is it worth the hassle? And his SideQuest is going to be available. His SideQuest is going to come out with a Pico compatible SideQuest store. That's
a good question. Maybe we should ask
questions for later.
Maybe maybe we should ask Shannon Orla in the meeting that we have at 10:30 this morning.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's an excellent question. Bacardi B says, no PCVR here. My internet is at the low end of Pluto Sphere specs, so I have yet to see it if it works. Yeah, I mean, that's still an issue. You should definitely try it. Bacardi B, try it, because you can get free tokens and just try it and see if it works. Now, they did say OpenXR here on this headset early on in this thing. So this is going to be an OpenXR platform. So Guy Godin has stated, if this is an OpenXR platform, that he would be willing to put Virtual Desktop to this headset. So if that's the case, then you can run Virtual Desktop. And you don't have to worry about the NVIDIA link or whatever that goes with the NVIDIA Cloud XR or whatever. You can go to Virtual Desktop, because that's something that we all know is Virtual Desktop, but that has yet to be implemented as far as I know.
So I thought the G2 had a bigger field of view, but it is the same 98 degrees. Yeah. So that changes my... Mind you, it's about the same price rate, right? Like $760 $700-ish.
Yeah, what's the G? Look it up real quick. What's the G2 going for right now? I saw a G2 over the holidays? I think was it near Black Friday? Somebody had like Walmart might have had the G2 on sale for like $380 or something like that.
Holy
but
shit.
now I think it's like $499. I'm gonna say or something like that. Anybody know the price on the G2 out there?
2160 per eye, 90 hertz, 98-degree horizontal field of view. It's basically you're right. It's a Pico Link.
Yeah.
It says retail price $599 on this page.
$599, is that what a G2 is going for? That can't be right. Oh, $599 Canadian. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Oh, that was American.
Oh, really? No, that can't be right. That's too much. No, you know what? Amazon, $599. HP Reverb G2, $599.
On HP.com's website, $599.
So 600. So what's that Canadian for you? $600 American would be what? 5,000 Canadian for you?
Yeah. $18,324. No, $757.
TAS says $449. Where did you find it for $449? I just looked on Amazon. It says
Microsoft Store.
I see regular HP, the original, not the G2. I see the original HP Reverb for $499, not the G2. We're talking the G2 here now.
Out of stock, yeah, because they're not selling it for that price.
Yeah, no, that's the original. I think you're looking at the original Reverb TAS. The HP Reverb G2, it looks like it's $599. So what did you say it was in Canadian for you?
$770.
It's almost $800. And then you could do the Pico for, if you could get it, you could do the Pico
I could get one
for
$615.
$615 for a better, possibly a better. Again, I want to see it for myself, but possibly a better PC VR headset.
Yeah, that definitely would interest me more.
Yeah,
I think if I want strictly PC VR, I'm going higher than that.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Valve Index.
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
Then I don't want those things all around my.
There's nothing higher. There's nothing unless you're going unless you're going base stations with a Valve Index, and the Valve Index is not better than the HP Reverb G2. Trust me, I love my Index. It's great. It's not as good as the HP Reverb. It doesn't have the same specs. The specs are not there. I mean, it has the refresh rate is higher, and it's got a bigger field of view, but it's the lenses are not as good.
$1,000 price tag, yeah.
And you got to get base stations, and it's going to cost you $1,000 with the controllers and the base stations. So what if you're talking about going better?
Then you're going to Pimax.
There is no better. Yeah, if you're going to that, you might as well go with the 8KX because you're going to have to buy base stations anyway.
Now I'm at $2,000.
Yeah, Pimax. And guys, I'm telling you right now,
Pico.
I am knee deep in the Pimax, and I am absolutely loving this headset, the Pimax 8KX, and I have stuff that I'm going to put up, very shortly. And I still haven't switched over to my 3080 Ti yet. I'm still running everything off my 2080 Super. And I will be playing. We're going to be streaming after the fall, and maybe some Pop One and some contractors this Saturday. We will be going live. I'm probably planning maybe a 6 to 8 hour stream. It's going to be a long stream Saturday, and we're going to be in there. We're going to be playing with some community members and D and Todd maybe some Roots, and we're going to have a lot of people in there. And I'm going to use my Pimax for the whole night. And telling you, I'm in love with this freaking Pimax.
You got to set up a external camera so we can see that giant thing on your face.
You want to see me like trying to bang around with a big hammerhead on? But what's Tass put a link up here? What's the link to? Tass, am I going to follow your link?
That's just the store where he found it, no stock, $449.
Oh yeah, out of stock. Yeah, what store is that? Well, Microsoft. Yeah, you're not getting that for $4. That's why it's out of stock. You're not getting that for $449. But that is the Reverb G2. But you're not getting that for $449. I did see it. Like I said, I think I saw it for like $399 or something like that over the holidays, or $375. It was crazy price. Like literally, I was like, man, do I go buy this thing? Not that I need another
$350 something. That's worth it.
Oh yeah, I was like, as soon as the sale went off, I'm like, man, why didn't I just buy it? I could have bought it.
And that's PC VR without the need of base stations.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I the Reverb G2 is a beautiful headset. I hate the controllers and I hate the Windows mixed reality platform. So that's one of the only reasons I didn't go into it. But I would love just to have one, just so I can start, doing more comparisons. So I probably should have bought it just for that reason. Let's talk about quickly. I know we're going to have to get out of here quickly because we have a meeting at 10:30 with SideQuest. But let's talk quickly about the store, because the store looked like it was going to be interesting. Looked like they had some serious titles getting dumped into the store.
Yeah.
And you need to, if you're going to be, the Quest competitor in the European market, because you're not going to be a Quest competitor in the American market or North American market. If you're going to be the Quest competitor in the European market, you need to have a store. And do you think they have enough currently as of April 15th? Since you can, they said the pre-order was April 15th. What was the ship date? What did they say it was? May
24th.
All right. So as of May 24th, do you think they have enough to, put them in the realm of
it's 120 plus, they say, right, by release day? Unless they're all perfectly great AAA titles, I don't know if that's enough games, right? Like I've got 280 or something on my Quest.
Yeah. Echo into the Future says that Pimax gives you that cyborg look. Absolutely. Yeah. You look foolish in it, but who cares? I don't care what I look like. Hey, I saw Resolution is coming up at PAX East. I don't know who else is going to be there. Anyone going? Myself and Todd did get press access to PAX East in Boston, which is, Todd, it's like an hour and a half from my house. I could basically drive back and forth every day to that conference. And I'm going to be out of town, dude. I can't go. I
know, right?
So I'm going to message them and let them know that I can't make it. I am going to be at AWE in June, AWE, which is a more VR, XR, AR, XR focused event in California, and I am going to go to AWE. And then I think we're both going to PAX West in Seattle in September. So, yeah, we have some stuff coming up for sure. So, yeah, I mean, to me, I don't know if the store is enough, if they have enough in the store to maintain. No Beat Saber. No, that's the only reason I would buy the Pico right now, is because they have no Beat Saber on the store.
They never will.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I wonder. But that's a good point. I saw Resolution is coming to PAX East. Wonder what they're probably showing. I assume most likely they're showing their flat version of Demio, because it's basically this week or next week. So I don't think they're going to be showing anything new VR wise. I assume they're going to be showing the flat version that just launched of Demio. We have been getting inundated with game developers sending us, invites to their booths and things like that. So, yeah. So I don't know. This was a big. I kind of lost my train of thought what I was talking about there when I got to these messages.
Sadly, it's Bradley just tweeted.
Yeah. What did he say?
Meta Cambria, codename Seacliff, will release later this year. I got confirmation from the supply chain and the source who've tried the device, and this is exactly what the final PVT model looks like. And he posted pictures.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
Cool. Yeah, at least we got some kind of exciting news today. And again, I don't want to come off like I don't care about the European market, guys. Anybody in those places where you can get those headsets, and if you're excited about this, I'm happy
Specs
for
are
you
nice,
guys.
Right? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the specs are nice. If you can go get it, it seems like it's a decently priced headset. I don't like the way that they came out with the 35% off thing if we give you a new headset in a year. So anybody in those countries where where it's available now, and you don't have a Quest 2 and you want to get away from Meta and jump in the bed with ByteDance, okay, I'm happy I am happy. This sounds like a great headset. So don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like it's just a disappointing that if they want to compete with Meta with a standalone headset, they have to launch for the North American market. Can't. I mean. This is where your majority of your headsets are sold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's crazy. I still can't understand why, unless there's some logistical nightmare that they're not letting us know.
It's got to be. Or like you said, somebody said in the chat earlier, they want to see what the demand is before they even try to launch a big campaign into the North American area. You know what I mean? North American region. Yeah, I know. Brad has been all over. I feel bad for Brad, man. He's been all over the place this week, or the last 2 weeks, because he had gotten a look at, what he thought was the Cambria final edition from somebody, and then he went and had this 3D model, done up and everything. And that ended up maybe not being the exact model he thought it was going to be, because he was like pretty sure that one was, and then so he had to come out and like say, okay, I may not know this exact, this may not be exactly it. And then the other day he was like, I'll quit as a YouTuber if it's not this one. So, I feel bad for Brad. He's trying to get the best stuff out there right now. And I'm sure he's getting a whole bunch of different information he's got to sift through to figure out what is correct and what's not correct. But again, Bradley's way more right than he is wrong. And, right. I think he's probably, and when he says he did a thing, he's like 250%. It's funny. Onikazi said the whole chain. I don't know what that means. The whole chain. Yeah, Onikazi says he wants to go back and watch the reveal. I would go back and watch it just to see exactly how they put things, because it's interesting the way they put things in that press conference, right?
Yeah, definitely gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I just find the whole thing interesting, the way they talk about, how they're going to do, we're going to give you 35% off. And I'd like to see those numbers of what they were putting in the store again. Because I think they said 400 games or something like that, or 400 games in production, or
I thought I saw 200
or something like that, right?
I'll have to watch it again.
Onikazi, they're going for that sweet unserved Germany market. Yeah, the unserved Germany market that has some of the largest Facebook Quest 2 user groups out there. We have a moderator in our Quest 2 Facebook group, Jonas, who's from Germany, and he's like, yeah, it's so easy. He's like, I can just go to like, what did he say? He's like, I just went to like Amazon in wherever in UK or whatever it was, or someplace close that could get them, and they just had it shipped to them. You just can't buy it from the German stores. You can buy it from outside the country and bring it in. You just can't buy it from the German stores. So, I mean, if they're thinking that all of a sudden they're going to sell a Pico to every person in Germany because they haven't been able to get a Quest 2, that's not the case. So I don't know. Well, I hope Pico does things good. I hope they do well. I hope they release to the North American market. I hope they get into this. I want to see competition. I want to see more headsets. I want this for virtual reality, and I think in the end we will get it. But will we get it from Pico, Todd? I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
To get a new Pico.
So I'm going to say this is another disappointing live stream press conference that we've done, but I was happy to do it with everybody, and it was cool to see everybody here, and I appreciate we had so many people come in and watch this, as this is not your only place that you could have went to view this info and hang out. But I'm glad you were here with me and Todd and on all these people, awesome people in chat. We really appreciate it. We will see you guys later tonight on Virtual Strangers. I'm sure we will have some thoughts on this tonight. And then we're going to have lots of thoughts on this on Thursday's show. But Todd, final thoughts? Anything you want to say? Or what do you think?
I'm impressed with the quality of the device. It seems like a good PCVR solution. Plus, having the standalone accessibility is great. I'm just disappointed with how they're releasing this beta function. I even just read that the Pico 3.0 debut has a limited purchase plan that you can only buy one per household.
Yeah. Well, somebody put, which I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw somebody put they only have 22,000 available for this. No, I don't know if that's true, but somebody put in the chat 22,000. Limited run. 22,000. That's what you roll out with. 22,000.
Yeah,
that's the case. Crazy. I'd like to see it. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true, but that's what somebody had put in the chat. 22,000. If that's the case, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, to me, this is another disappointing one. I think next week we will have some more exciting news with the Facebook or Meta game showcase, and that'll be definitely more exciting. And but I think this one was a bit of a bust. What do you think, Todd?
Yep, definitely a bust, unfortunately.
Awesome. But not a bust for me that I was able to spend my morning with Todd and all you awesome people. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you guys tonight. Virtual Strangers, please make sure you go and subscribe to Virtual Strangers. Come see us for Strangers in the Night tonight. We have a lot of awesome stuff to get into. We've got some games that we've been playing that we want to talk about, and I'm sure we'll talk about this as well. So thank you for everybody showing up. We appreciate it. For my friend Todd, I'm Eric. We'll see you guys soon.
See you guys.